The first thing I would say to people is don't fall in love with your ideas, right? Most of your ideas are rubbish, and you need to get over it, right? You know, innovation, entrepreneurship is a game of volume, not a game of, you know, the single $1 million idea that I've had that I've succeeded. It's very rare that someone will have that kind of, brain explosion that will give you the single $1 million idea that you've done once and you succeeded. It's very, very, very uncommon.
If someone comes to me and they have a great idea, I encourage them to get out and talk to other people, identify some other people who can go with them on the journey, who bring complementary skill sets, who bring complementary capabilities and risk appetite to the journey.
You know, people tend to focus too much on the idea or the solution to that problem, and they forget about ideas about how to test that problem. So your next challenge is, how do you test that that problem truly exists and it needs to be solved by someone?
Diversity of thinking is a really important part of team formation and something that we encourage. So if you have different kinds of brain on your team, then you'll be a bit better at problem solving.
And I guess the challenge is that in the future, I think, because we can't predict what it's going to be, the more adaptive, the quicker thinking, the more resilient to failure you are, the more successful you're going to be.
Innovation and entrepreneurship can be a tough journey, it can be lonely if you try and take it alone, but if you take it as a team, you're much more likely to have the resilience and the capability to endure the inevitable setbacks and actually ultimately succeed.
You know, I guess one of the bits of advice that's really important is, instead of focusing on trying to predict the future, is focus on trying to be ready for whatever comes, right? Trying to be ready for whatever comes is developing those kind of skills of fast failure, you know, problem recognition, evidence-based testing, that kind of stuff that is super important in corporate life or in entrepreneurial life. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter if you're working for your own company and you're the shareholder, or you're working for somebody else's company and somebody else is the shareholder. That kind of thinking is critical for humankind coming up. So we need to develop that.